John chapter 11, verse 1. And it says, "Now a certain man was ill, Lazarus of Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister and Martha. It was Mary who anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was ill. So the sisters sent to him, saying, 'Lord, he whom you love is ill.' But when Jesus heard it, he said, 'This illness does not lead to death. It is for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified through it.'" So we see this family has history with Jesus. They're intimate. They know they are loved. When the sisters cry out to Jesus for intervention, they say, "Lord, the one you love is sick." Absolutely believing that he will come and stop this. They believe in his power to do it. They're confident in his love for them, and they absolutely are assured that that Jesus will come and alter these circumstances. And so when they send for Jesus, they're crying out to him for help. That was their prayer. They knew God was healing through Jesus, right? So they're crying out. But verse 5 tells us something interesting, confirms the word that he loved them. Now, Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when he heard that Lazarus was ill, he stayed 2 days longer in the place where he was. Interesting word. He loved them, so he stayed away. He loved them, so he stayed away. Sometimes love compels God to delay. Sometimes it isn't the enemy hindering God's purposes at all. Sometimes delay is God's purpose because his timing is not yet right. So the sisters hear him coming. Martha, in verse 20, hears that Jesus was coming and went to meet him. And in verse 21, she declares her faith. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." If you had been here, she knows he could have stopped it. This has not caused her faith in him to diminish. She just doesn't understand it. If you had been here, and she says, "Even now I know that the Father will give you anything that you ask for." I know this. She's trying to understand why this would possibly happen. She still believed. She has rushed out to meet him as he approached. Makes me think of what Jesus said about John the Baptist when he said, "Blessed is the one who does not fall away on account of me." Blessed is the one who does not fall away when I do not act in the way that they expect. We have a lot of people falling away because God is not operating in the way that they expect. And he says, when something happens that you do not understand and you do not fall away, you will be blessed. There is a blessing that is going to come to you. Sometimes delay tests and proves our faith. Tests and proves our faith, not for Jesus, but for us. He already knows. But sometimes we think we've arrived somewhere with him that we haven't. And he needs to show us where we are. If we are losing faith, there's a problem between he and us. And he allows it to happen to usher us into that place where we truly do have that faith. This delay proved their faith genuine. They didn't understand, but they still trusted. The sisters believed, so did the disciples, but their faith had limits. The sisters thought Jesus had to be there to heal them. He didn't. They believed that once Lazarus had passed, all hope was lost. When faith is tested and proven, it can be grown. It can be grown, and that's what he was doing there in his love for them.